Alright, we're going to start a new project. Excuse me, the size is 12 by 7.5, 12 wide, 7.5 tall, and it's 3/4 of an inch deep. So we say okay. What we're going to do is actually take a picture. So we're going to look at my desktop. I have an image right here that I worked on to make it a high contrast picture. Then we go over here. It looks similar to that one up there. See the bird hiding in the folder? Click on this one. And we're going to do it in black and white. When we do that, we can adjust this contrast so they can go almost, see it? How it goes almost to white. We're going to go right about there. And then we're going to say preview. I'm going to see if I can get rid of some more of these. So let's try bringing it down a little bit more. Preview it again. That's a little better. Got rid of some more of these. And you can see there's some irregularities here. Looks like the little girl down here has horns, so we'll work on that. There's a big lump right there. Probably a piece of cloth. You can see where it bleeds over here, which really doesn't matter that much. And I have a horn right there, it looks like. And I'm going to get rid of all that, but I have to do that by hand. So let's try it a little bit more. See, we're at 27 right now. Let's go down to 17 and preview it. No, it's a little too much. My image is breaking up. Let's go to 25, see what it looks like. Well, it's still breaking up a little bit. Let's go back to 27 and 20. Yeah, preview it. Let's try 28. That gives us a silhouette. Let's try that and see how it looks. So we hit apply. Then we close it. We come over here on our layers and turn off that bitmap. That's the image that's behind this. And as you see, that post and all that stuff should go away. See that? So that gives us a little cleaner image. Now let's just go back to our drawing tab. And we're going to come down here. Let's try this just to see what it looks like. Lock our drawing tab, our toolpath tab in place. We're going to do an engraving. Before we do that, I need to draw a line from here to here. And that should make this. Get my escape key to take me out of that. Then I need to join the vectors. Or edit, join vectors. See it right there. Now, let's select all of this. And what we're going to do is fill. Setting is the depth is 0.01. The step over is 0.05. It's a hatch design. Let's try it and see what happens. Calculate. It might take a little while because if you saw there are 4,000 vectors that it's selected. What we're going to end up doing is going here and getting rid of a lot of this shadow stuff so that it see them in there? If I choose black as my fill, preview all visible vectors, that's not too bad. I don't like these squares like this. So what we're going to do is actually try a little bit different approach. And that means we'll double click on this. We're going to fill it, but we're going to do a hatch at a 45-degree angle. Oops, not quite 45. And our step over, we're going to make it 0.2. Calculate. See how this turns out. Close it. That means it's still calculating. Reset the preview. Preview visible toolpath. That looks a lot better. I want to get rid of these two objects up here and some of this. So what we'll do is we'll go back here, click, select these. Oops. Yeah, it's in a group, so we're going to have to break it out of its group. And delete these. Not much good. So what we'll do is we're going to have to join this right here. I'll show you how to do that. You simply pick a line, click here, come over here, and get your space bar, close this, and then look for your scissors and trim this. So it's gone, and close it, select these, and delete them. Any others that we need to get rid of? Yeah, there's some right here. Get rid of those. You can actually spend a lot of time getting rid of this stuff. Sometimes you can't see it, sometimes you can. And when we did this before, if you look, there was 3,600 individual vectors that it was calculating. And all those will take time when you're burning this on the laser. But you can just set it. What I do is set it, let it go to work, and I work on something else. These are all shadows that were in between. And remember I said that these look like horns. So if you want to, you can come into this and change it a little bit. I recommend that you use a curved line when you do it. Space bar, come over here, probably get rid of this one. Zoom in with your scroll mouse, space bar, and then get your scissors again, cut that. Not sure why it does that. Notice that. Oh, look at that. It got rid of everything. Those two people disappeared. Undo vector trim. Let's try this one, see if it wipes everything out again. That's a little better. And I'm not sure why it does that. Sometimes it sees, like here's where I trimmed it. and it took out everything, which was silly, but it did. Alright, so let's close that. So that took away her horns. And we'll start deleting some of this stuff. It just cleans it up a little bit. It doesn't show up, they're so small, they don't show up in the vector, the finished product, but it makes it quicker if it doesn't have to go back and do all these, and it'll do them. That's the crazy part about it. It'll actually go back and select each one of these 3,000 vectors. Spend hours drawing an outline in a black circle, because we're doing a fill here, so this is all going to be filled. So if we get rid of some of these, it'll make it speed up the process. And right in here, get rid of some of these. Get the idea. I'll speed this up in, whoops. You set the mic down and I can use two hands to circle and delete. Some of these, especially the square ones like this, are actually pixels that you can see are highlighted. See that square? That's usually a pixel. Okay, one of the things you can do, as you see this one's highlighted, I can actually move this. Okay, ready for this? I'm going to create a layer, add new layer. I'm going to call it outline, people outline. And then enter. And we'll click on this and say, move to layer, people outline. Now I'm going to turn that on. Boom. Okay. Now I can actually come in here and get rid of some of these quickly. Why? Doing it that way, see the outline's gone, so all these little pieces that were on the edge, I can get rid of them. Keep in mind, these I don't want to get rid of because they're part of the person. This one isn't. See how that's? You can get rid of it a little quicker this way. Clean it up that way. But these are. This is part of the shadow and the outline. So in here, we can get rid of all this. Zoom in just to this portion of my windows. Get rid of that mess. You see the boards. So this is kind of a shadow right there. I want to keep the line that goes this way. See? Some of these shadow blobs like this, we don't really need them. Alright, let's see what else we got. Right in here is our arm. Because the arm goes down and around this way. Alright, that looks better. We can get rid of this stuff too. Now, get rid of that. Let's move this to the people layer. Right? And then get rid of some of that. I don't need all of them. Same thing here. Get rid of some of this over here too. The top of the fence is now moved. Alright. See how that looks. See this mess right in here. We can get rid of it too. Another blob right here. Alright, let's turn it back on and see what it looks like. There we go. Now let's try it. Double click. Select all. Now if you do edit select all, you'll notice Control A does the same thing. Now let's calculate this. Now it's dropped all these. Notice that? it's done these shadows. So it's going to give us a different effect. Not the effect that we want, but reset preview and preview it. You'll see that it's doing in between instead of the people outline. We'll go back here and figure out why. Now we can do it this way. We can select this one. And a few others. Hold on. It tells me that it's seeing it as an open vector. I have to see why. Okay, by joining the vectors, it then saw this as one big group, which worked out pretty good. Now we'll preview it. It is in black, so we'll preview it, see what it looks like. Keep in mind it's doing 45. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And this is the house that was there, the background, picking up. I don't know what that is, but I think I'll get rid of that. But it looks pretty good. It'll be trimmed here and here. So let me go back and work on that so I can zoom in. Zoom window. Zoom in just on that. Okay. So we want to clip it there. We'll draw a line from here to here. Spacebar. Spacebar. Close it. Trim it. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing here. Now if you notice what's going on, is if I select it, comes down, dips, goes back up, down, dips. Okay, so I have to get rid of both of those sections. So I'm going to draw a straight line here, join right there, come up to here, space bar. See what happens if I trim just this. Now then what? That's better. I still got a couple of little glitches right there. Now I'll work on that. There's one right there, so I'll close it. Put my straight line tool again. Zoom in. Go from here, over a little bit, right there, trim it, that's good. Now we'll go this way, get rid of this little one here. And yes, I could have done both of them straight line first and then trim, but I didn't. Doesn't hurt anything. Makes it a little longer, but at least you get to see the process. Close it. Recalculate. Some more. If you notice, it didn't do this upper part, so I'll include that with a shift key. Still have a little spike right there, so I should clean that up. This one's scattered too. I can do something with that, but I don't think I will for now. Looks pretty good. These are the weeds and stuff growing up against the fence. I guess I should take those little dots out. Maybe these. And this one looks like buckshot pattern there. So I've got a little more to do, but you get the general idea. Once this is done, then I will close this obviously and save it. And if you look, I have CNC Sharp. I have to go to the laser, and I just use Next Wave laser in inches. You could use a Moray, but the Moray uses the same thing that this does, so it works out pretty good. But before I do it, I have to clean up a few more, so I'll work with that. I hope you've learned something. Have fun with your CNC.